Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about what we have to do in week 4. So if we scroll all the way down here to the 30th and the 5th, it just says review and assessment. So there aren't going to be any videos to watch for this week. Just tells you there's no new learning objectives for this week. This week is for assessment of your comprehension of the material learned in Chapter 1. Please make sure. Okay. This week is for assessment of your comprehension of the material learned in Chapter 4. Please make sure that you complete all assignments by the end of the day, the 2nd of February. So there's no instructor videos for this week, but you can post any questions or concerns you have about what you've seen in previous weeks, or any questions or concerns you have about the material that's been covered in the class so far. So you just click on the class participation, click on this link, and hit reply, and then post any questions or concerns you have about the class thus far. Okay. You're going to complete a writing assignment in My Language Labs, and you're also going to take a test in My Language Labs. So you would click on this link, and I already have My Language Labs up, so I'm just going to go out to there. Okay. I'm still in January, so if that's the case, when you start this week off, you'll be in January. So you'll want to click this little arrow, and then you would click on the 2nd of February, and up is going to pop both the test and your writing assignment. So for your writing assignment, I'll start there because it'll be shorter. Just click open. Okay, and then it just tells you your next blog post is going to be a short description of 2 different members of your family. Your readers are very curious to know more about you and your family, and I've asked some very specific information. I include the following. So you're just going to write a little paragraph in which you talk about 2 members of your family, and this is the information you should include. Okay, so you'll write it, you'll submit it to me. I will go through it. I will mark it up once and probably give you a grade. However, I will also move it on the calendar at some point, and you will have an opportunity to go back in and fix the things that I have marked, and then I will give you a final grade, which I'll put in Moodle. So you won't get a grade for this in Moodle just yet. Note the time, that you have 2 hours to complete this assignment, which I think is plenty of time, but don't open it until you're ready. Okay, and then you also have a test, so let's look at the test. If you notice right there, it just told you that you can only complete it once, so don't open it until you're ready. You are going to listen to each sentence and identify the direct object. So you'll hear a sentence.
Tengo la calculadora.
And then you're going to rewrite it using a direct object pronoun. So would tengo la calculadora be rewritten as la tengo, me tengo, or las tengo? And you'll do that for all of those. Then you'll go to the next page. Here you're just identifying the direct object. So it says your roommate needs to write a paper for her composition class and finds that her writing is very repetitive. Show her how to identify the direct objects in a sentence so she can replace them with pronouns. So you'll read the sentence, decide which of these words, librería, universidad, or libros, is the direct object. And you'll do that for these, and then you'll go to the next page. Here, you'll just plug in a personal "a" when needed, and put an X when not needed. So just review your rules for the personal "a", and then go to the next page. And then here, this is vocabulary, so just plug in the vocabulary word that makes most sense in each blank, and then you go to the next page. These are your demonstratives, so you just pick the correct demonstrative adjective or pronoun that best completes the sentence. Here, you're going to plug in, you're going to actually write the demonstrative that would best complete the sentence. Here, you're going to choose between saber and conocer. Both of these verbs mean to know, but they're used in very specific situations. So you'll decide in each of these situations whether you would use saber and conocer, and then you need to conjugate it for your subject. Remember that in a statement, the subject comes before the verb, and in a question, it tends to come after the verb. And then you've got a reading section. Just read this little paragraph about Ignacio Maldonado, and then follow the directions. I think it tells you to pick the statement that is not correct. So all of these statements would be correct except for one, and you just need to pick the one that is not correct. And then you just hit finish and submit for grading, and you're done.